Podcasting from Westminster College Studio, this is The Buzz, where we recap last week's Titan Athletics, talk about upcoming Titan events, and hopefully provide a closer look in Titan sports. This is your host, Nate LaRiccia, and my co-host,
Nick Macdonald. What's up?
We both represent the Sports Information Office here at Westminster. Nick, it's been a while. How you been?
I've been doing pretty good. I actually have a little theory. Well, not a theory, but can I talk to you about it real quick? It's about the season fall.
Do we have a choice?
No. So I'm just going to keep going. But anyways, I feel like fall is the most emotional season. That's my theory.
I see tears.
A little bit. And
Is something in your eye, or is this really emotional?
Well, I think my character died last night in Red Dead when he shouldn't have, so I'm still upset about it.
How many guns did you lose?
I haven't lost any guns yet, but
You didn't lose anything dying.
no, but I was very far into a
Besides your
mission.
pride.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Am I right?
It saves like every single step. How didn't it save?
No,
I feel like it's
no,
incredible.
it saved my stuff. I'm just saying I was doing the mission and I died and I had to start over and
Oh.
I was very upset.
What mission was it?
It was the one where I can't say. Any little detail.
Spoiler?
Yeah, people need to buy it,
It's true.
but it is rated M, so you have to be over 17. For those viewers,
Good
that
disclaimer.
yeah.
It is a great game. I've enjoyed it as well. I'm still looking for the trapper. I think
Yeah.
I got a glitch in my game. I'm about 15% in, and there's no trapper for my legendary pelts. I've killed the bear, the boar, and the coyote, and no pelts to show for it, Nick. So
Yeah.
I should be pretty depressed.
Well, we'll probably lose like 75% of our audience if we keep talking Red Dead. So they probably don't have no
Will
idea
we,
what we're
though?
talking about.
That's
Yeah.
true. My parents don't play Red Dead. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, hey, going back to fall, it's like, so let's wind the clock back a month, and it's the summer, right? Well, it's early September, but summer's over. Basically, kids are back in school. You can't really swim anymore, and it's fall. It's like, oh, you're sad. But then you start seeing the leaves. They start changing, beautiful colors, and it's kind of like that mix of like, oh, it's kind of hot, but then it gets a little chilly, nice fire, hot chocolate. You get happy. But then guess what? Those leaves start falling. And even though that might be a great sight to see, guess what? Those leaves or those trees are going to be bare, and that means winter is coming. And that upsets me.
Hashtag Titan football. Now, how many times did you see snow flakes before you came to Western Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I lived in Flagstaff, Arizona 1 year, so I did see snow, and then Wisconsin a couple times.
How
but-
often?
Oh,
Flagstaff. Like it was like a normal winter, like here?
yeah, not as much as here, but it was a normal. So I had
No.
1 year experience in it.
When you came to campus on your on-campus interview, what were some of the top things that you were saying that you were really looking forward to seeing on campus?
I believe I said the snow.
What else?
Well, I said it was very green.
You did.
Yeah.
You loved the
Well,
greenery.
because there's no greenery in Arizona. It's all desert. Cactus.
Now, my one question for you is your car ready for the 2018 Western Pennsylvania winter?
Oh, it better be. I think it's as ready as this men's soccer team is for the NCAA tournament.
You love those transitions.
Yeah, I love it. And it's a good thing, too. So my car's ready.
You think we lost more listeners talking about your car?
No. I mean, everyone knows about my car since last podcast. It's red.
That's what everyone's talking about.
It's not made for snow. It's a Hyundai Elantra 2017.
Let's get right into it, Nick. Now, this is a great show. All these shows are great. I mean, I'm not biased or anything, but we have 4 teams that competed for the President's Athletic Conference title. That's the first time since I've been here that's been the case. So a lot of great things are happening around here on campus, and we have a great interview with senior defensive lineman John Fitzgerald III from the Westminster football team coming up. So if you want to mute us if you haven't already and check back in a little bit here. It's a great interview. You learn something that you would never guess about John unless you read his bio or you listen to the interview. So we're really looking forward to that. Let's jump right into the team that claimed the PAC championship title. That would be the men's soccer team. The 2-seeded Westminster defeated 3-seeded Bethany College 1-0 in the semifinals before upsetting the number 1 seed Wolverines of Grove City College 1-0 for the chip. Against Grove City, senior Shane Fallon scored the game-winning goal in the 23rd minute, while senior goalkeeper A.J. Bove tallied a career-high 11 saves. Nick, talk a little bit about that game.
Well, I think in all reality, they needed to play, obviously, perfect soccer, and they did. And A.J. getting 11 saves. Of course, he has his career high on the very last game of the regular PAC season, and he came up clutch. Shane getting that goal in the 23rd minute. His number is 23, so it's even more fitting. But I think the team, I wasn't there personally, but I was watching on live stream. It looked like they took control. Grove City got some shots off late in the second half, but it just seemed, you can tell Westminster was there to win the game, and they did.
Now, if you look at the box score, Grove City outshot Westminster 20-4, including 13-2 on goal. And what that means, Nick, is the goal that Westminster had, they only had one other on goal. So talk about making your shots count. And and awesome job by Shane and also by AJ getting a career high in saves. Blocking those 13 shots from the Wolverines. So the PSC title marks the 5th for Westminster, the first since 2015, and they will take on Capital University in the first round of the NCAA tournament, which begins on Saturday at 1:30. Westminster football had a thrilling 23-19 victory over Carnegie Mellon University. Senior John Fitzgerald, who we will interview later on in this pod, totaled 10 tackles, 4 solo, 4.5 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks, and 2 quarterback hurries, and a blocked extra point. All were a career high for the senior. For his accomplishments, Fitzgerald was named the PAC Defensive Player of the Week and earned a spot on D3Football.com Team of the Week. One of 4, right, Nick? Mm-hmm. Titans to earn D3 Football Team of the Week honor. That's national. That's not conference, regional. That's like any Division III school out there. They earned a spot on that team.
Yeah, just shows how well our team has played this year. I think obviously there's been a couple games that they might take back as a win, but at the same time, this is a great team effort this season. They've played very, very tough, and it goes to show, especially in this Carnegie Mellon game, that we are the number 1 defense for a reason. Holding on to 19 points. Their quarterback throws for only 180. He throws 2 picks as well. So I think the defense obviously stepped up, and then of course, if you want to transition to Shamon's amazing play.
Yeah, absolutely. He makes sure you go to either football's Twitter page, or I also embedded it into the story on athletics.westminster.edu. But basically, Walker rushing the game-winning 27-yard touchdown down the sideline. I had to leave, Nick, for the PAC volleyball title match. Westminster, and we'll get into that a little bit, Westminster versus Bethany. But you held the fort down there, so I know you had a closer look, and you can maybe provide a little more detail. But basically, with 13 seconds left, he lifted the Titans over Carnegie Mellon 23-19, and he finished with a team-high 61 rushing yards and threw for 121 yards. Senior Bryson Polinelli tied for a game high with 6 catches for a game and career high 122 yards and a touchdown. Walker definitely provides. He's a great all-around athlete. He's a great athlete for the men's lacrosse team, guided by head coach Patrick Geiger. Shout out. Do you think he's listening to this pod, Pat?
He might be.
But anyways, Walker, he really provides that spark. That athleticism is just, it's you can't coach that, Nick.
Well, when you said lifted, he literally lifted the Titans over Carnegie Mellon, because he obviously, I don't know if it was shotgun. I believe it was shotgun, but he starts rolling right, and he just goes down that sideline. He's so fast. But there's a Carnegie Mellon defender right at the 1-yard line, but just about to stick him up. And Shimon, like, he jumped over him just the right amount of angle to lift over him into the end zone. It was awesome. I mean, I haven't seen Harold Berry that excited all year, and it was just a great win.
What Burry?
Harold.
Harold. Okay.
What did you think I
Making
said?
sure they said Harry.
No, Harold Burry.
Don't be. You were here for a little over a year. Don't be changing our stadium names.
Harry Burry. That's kind of
It's catchy.
yeah, it's catchy. But Harold's better.
Now, the Titans, they'll close out the regular season at longtime rival and PSC foe Geneva on Saturday. Kickoff for that is 1 p.m. Now, we won't know about postseason. There's always possibilities of at-large. There's always possibility of, even getting, the championship. They're not officially out, Nick. There's still a lot of things that have to happen. But I know head coach Scott Benzel, just would say, hey, handle our business and let everything else take care of itself. And maybe depending on how, nothing's official obviously, but there might be an ECAC bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
They've been two-time champs in that regards in previous years, so we'll just kind of wait and see. But as Fitz said earlier, which we interviewed, and we'll play that here in a little bit. But I think they want nothing else but to just handle Geneva, end the regular season with a win, and then see what postseason has for them. Now, we mentioned to start off this pod that we had 4 teams compete for a title. Not necessarily last week, 3 last week since our last pod.
3 in one day.
3 in one day. But women's the next one is the volleyball team. Now, they were the top-seeded team. They hosted the semifinals and finals. They really lost a heartbreaker in the PSC title match to Bethany. But they're one of 13 schools, selected to compete in this year's ECAC, and we'll get into that a little bit. But back to the championship tournament, it was still a great run in the tournament. I know they lost to a lower seed in Bethany, but I mean, honestly, I don't think I missed too many other matches this year. And Bethany, I feel like just really, really stepped up, and they showed. I don't know if it was injuries that we saw before that they didn't have on Saturday. I mean, they had to play, I think, the best. Really 2 matches when they upset W&J in the semifinals. The Bethany did, but really back-to-back matches. They really had to play their best ball to beat Westminster.
Well, it seemed like every ball that they were hitting just went to the right spot. They didn't seem to make any crucial mistakes, and I mean, you just got to tip the hat to them. They won. And they're off to the NCAA tournament. But I still don't think that the Titans season should be focused on just this one game. I mean, they're back-to-back 30-win seasons, which is something, has that ever been done? And then 19-match win streak. And then, of course, with the PAC tournament, you go with Delaney Saxon and Shanna Daniels, Delaney had 1,000 kills, the 10th Titan ever, and then Shanna reached 2,000 assists, the 10th Titan ever. So, I mean, there's so many great things to look at this season, so I just think the Titans should be very proud.
Absolutely. No reason to have your head down. I mean, obviously, I think, everyone was looking forward to that, I don't think it's the elephant in the room, but just that that matchup again with the Presidents, Westminster, they beat them earlier in the year, and then the Presidents ended their winning streak, their school record streak later in the season. So I think everyone was looking forward to a rematch. But hey, that's kind of how the chips lie, and didn't work out like that. So, but nothing to be ashamed of, absolutely not. And play continues. We'll see if they could add on to their 30-win season. Like Nick mentioned, just 4 teams in school history have won at least 30 matches. And so like I said, they earned a berth in ECAC volleyball championship. They earned a first-round bye even. So, they're getting the respect that they need, and they'll travel to Cabrini University to take on the first-round winner of Lebanon Valley and Rutgers University, Newark, on Saturday, November 10th. Start time is set for 5 p.m. So far we talked about 2 championship games. The third one, honestly, another tough Titan loss, but definitely a great effort by the Titans. This is for women's soccer. They lost in penalty kicks at the top-seeded Grove City College Wolverines in the title match. The Wolverines, Nick, they tied the game with 25 seconds left in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously tough. I mean, especially you're leading the game, the whole game basically, and then 25 seconds left they tie it. But, I mean, you look at the success that women's soccer has had this year. I mean, they lost to Grove City 3-0 just like a week before. And the fact that they took them all the way down to PKs. And the W&J game, the semifinal I was at, they played absolutely lights out. And I think they had a couple injuries not, go their way. And who knows, maybe that would have changed the outcome of the Grove City game. But they finished 15-5-1, 6-2 in the conference, including, I'm looking at this stat, 10-1-1 away. That's an amazing stat.
Absolutely, Nick. And, Camille Hahoshka, we talked to head coach Garish Dakar yesterday, and, she played an amazing game, the freshman goalkeeper. And so, you know what, though? The Titans season's not over. They also earned a ECAC bid, and, it's this making their second straight trip to ECAC and fourth overall. So they're in Pod 4, Nick. The second-seeded Titans will play third-seeded Alfred University in Game 1 of the first round on Saturday. That's at Albright College. So top-seeded Albright will play four-seeded Cedar Crest College. And the winner of those two games will play on Sunday, and then they'll advance to the second round the following week. Next up is swimming and diving. We haven't had an opportunity to recap them, but their season is underway, and senior David Peffer earned first place in the 50 back, 100 back, and swam to first place 400 freestyle relay in Westminster's dual meet victory over Allegheny last week, while Abigail Jones, I think they call her Abby, but does she want to go by Abigail?
Well, I remember she wrote down that she wants Abigail on the roster. So Abby or Abigail, whatever. I mean, she had an amazing performance.
She did, and she placed first in 100 free, 50 breast, and 200 IM, as well as swam in the first place 400 freestyle relay at Allegheny. So a great start for the swimming and diving team.
One thing, too, with the swimming and diving team, I mean, this goes back a week or so, but it took Connor May 2 days, less than 24 hours to qualify for NCAA regionals, as he took 3 of 4 diving events in the Westminster Relays and against Penn State Barons. So, I mean, obviously last year, if you do not know, he was an All-American, 2-time All-American. He finished 5th and 14th at the NCAA championships. So he's already qualified for NCAA regionals, so he'll obviously keep trying to improve his mark, but congrats to him, and look forward to another dominant season.
Next team is the cross-country team. They closed out the year at the Grove City Twilight. Junior Katie Schrantz took first place, her second first-place finish of the year, with a time of 19:46, while sophomore Chase Waldschmidt led the men's team with a fourth-place finish with a time of 17:08. Last but not least, the Titan women's tennis team, they played for a PAC title match as well. That's the fourth team this fall. They shut out Bethany in the quarterfinals. They topped W&J 5-3 in the semis and lost to Grove City 5-1, but a great effort by the women's tennis team. They'll continue their season. Tennis is a little different, Nick. Their traditional season is in the fall, and while the men's team's in the spring, but then they also play, official NCAA games on the opposite season. So their next match is April 1st at home against Allegheny.
And that's no joke.
Now we are joined by senior defensive lineman John Fitzgerald. John, thanks for waking up this morning for us.
No problem.
And joining us. I mean, what a week to join us. You had a career day on senior day, and you earned a PAC Defensive Player of the Week and a spot on the D3Football.com Team of the Week. You had a career high in tackles for loss, sacks, and to go along with a block extra point. What was clicking for you on Saturday?
I think it's just the fact that they finally blocked me like I was a regular guy. So I got to show a little bit of what I could have did every weekend. They finally sometimes they double team me, sometimes they single block me. Just they didn't make no scheme around me, or like try to game plan around me. I feel like so then that lets me like just really play and beat guys.
Now, like I said, you had 10 tackles, you had 4.0 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. It was a thrilling win, 23-19 over Carnegie Mellon. Shamon Walker with the last second touchdown run. Now, if I remember correctly, I was watching the highlight, and you had a good look at that run, didn't you?
Yeah, I was right there.
You were right there. I mean, were you? Now I know there's a regulation. I played, high school football. I participated, I should say, but there's regulation on the sideline. So there's a line that you have to stay behind. Now, were you way past that? Did you look where you were? You were pretty close to the end zone.
Yeah, I didn't even really pay attention. Once I saw him run in and I saw the touchdown signal go up, I just ran on the field.
You just lost
control.
Celebration, definitely worth it. Now your parents were there, John and Christine Fitzgerald. You're a junior?
I'm the third.
The third.
Yeah.
You got to get that on your jersey, or you got to. Should we start calling you John Fitzgerald the third? Or
I mean, it really don't matter.
I mean,
I always find that cool. People like Will Fuller is the fifth. Will Fuller for the Texans. There's a bunch of other guys. When they have the Roman numerals, I always think that's pretty cool. John Fitzgerald the third. 3 Roman numerals.
Yeah, well, my last name is kind of long, so
it's all right.
I have to make it small.
You got to respect the heritage,
Grandfather. Hyphen names are even better. Like Demarius Hayward Bay. That's a cool name, right?
Yeah, I mean, but
what's your full name?
John Henry Fitzgerald III.
I like it. Now, do your parents go to all of your games? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I know you have a brother. Do you have a brother that plays at YSU? Or
he's a senior, but he has a full ride scholarship to YSU.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So I'm sure they're busy, balancing it. Well, so he's a senior in high school.
Yeah.
Okay, so they could go to his game on Friday. His game's on Friday. Your game's on Saturday.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, how awesome was that to have that kind of performance on senior day?
Oh, it was just great. It felt real good. Like it was like everything happened at the perfect time. You got the close game. I had a big game. Actually, Billy Mendeja had a big game. Miguel Luis, Paul Gonzalez, and also Travis Loster had a real big game. Even though Paul is not a senior, but we all had big games on senior day, and then we get Shamon that comes in and scores the game-winning touchdown, which is like crazy. So it was like a storybook ending, if you would say.
Now, did we get your tackle number right? 10?
Yeah.
Did you check the tape? We were good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, we messing up.
You see, you got a blocked extra point after all.
Yeah, because that was crazy.
We checked the tape, and you said Joey Lane wasn't even close. And
he wasn't close.
He was next to you.
He was literally 2 feet from you.
I mean, but the ball hit me.
You're right. After watching the tape, it did, but he was close.
You got to. I mean, it's real live action. Our vantage point, obviously, if it touched your glove, you know that it touched your glove. But from our vantage point, we see you both together. It deflects off. So I mean, you got to give us some.
I mean, but like you give it to Joey Lane though. You could have said Joey Lane and John Fitzgerald, or a
half block.
Yeah,
I got you.
I think that block's underrated though, because then it was 1916. They get the block that they're up 4. You have to score. But now when Shamon scored the touchdown, all we needed was the extra point, and then they had to score the touchdown. So they could have kicked the field goal.
The block takes the pressure off, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That block takes what people don't see is I actually messed up the play before.
Oh,
what happened?
Okay.
Yeah, came off the ball, beat him off the ball. I thought I had him off the edge, and I dipped. He actually pushed me in the back, and the quarterback stepped up and then throws the touchdown. So I'm mad, I'm hot, and I said, "F it, let's block it." Then I just come off and just try to get a block. Told Joey, "Let's go." We just come off and try to get a block. But yeah,
I like it.
So I kind of put the touchdown on me, and I was like, "Oh man, I just messed up a little bit," but we're good. We won.
All right, inside information right there. I like that inside look. Now you played for Youngstown East, and then you had a scholarship at Central State right out of high school.
Yeah.
Division II. what convinced you to transfer over to Division III Westminster that doesn't offer scholarship?
It was just kind of, I would say, the culture of the school and the team. Coming Central State, we went 5-5 my freshman year there. That was our the most recent winning season, if you call 5-5 winning. I remember getting off. Remember our last game? Right when we got off the bus, season's over. I called Coach Cooper. Was like, I'm coming to Westminster. We just got to get everything situated. I went and got my release papers, and then right after, I was here.
So Coach Cooper, he was recruiting you right out of high school. So
yeah,
you knew him beforehand.
Yeah, he was recruiting me out of high school, and I didn't come, and then I just called him right after the season. I was like, I'm coming to Westminster. I just don't also the academic part. The academic part was totally I went to Central State and I had a 4.0 and I didn't go to class. I come here and it's like a culture shock.
You got to earn that.
Yeah, you got to earn everything.
So you're saying you don't have a 4.0 now?
No. No 4.0.
But speaking of academic experience, I mean, one of your top academic experiences has to be your internship with Sports Information last year, right?
Yeah, top
was
of the
that
list.
worthwhile?
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing about it?
Probably tweeting.
Yeah.
Getting corrected on all my tweets.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite quotes that I quote Nick all the time. He's like, John, great tweet, but look at the score.
Yeah.
Look at the scoreboard. And he didn't mean it condescending, but just how he came out.
I didn't mean it in a bad way,
Yeah.
but look at the score. It was wrong.
But there was progression. I mean, I think you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
So we appreciated your effort in making hopefully it was a worthwhile experience and made our department better. Now back to your high school real quick. So you were a 2-time first-team all-conference selection and a 2-year team captain, which is impressive enough because usually, your senior year, you're good enough, you get respect, but then even your junior year, you also were a captain. But you were the offensive player of the year?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What position you play on offense?
So my senior year, I bumped from left tackle to right tackle. Then I eventually started playing center. And then I went to Central State and I played center. Yeah.
Do you prefer
No.
the offensive line?
No, I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
So what convinced did they show you in practice or something that you're like, no, you belong on the defensive line? How did that transfer or how did that?
When I came.
Yeah. Or that's only when you came to Westminster you started defense.
Yeah, when I came to Westminster, yeah.
Okay.
When I came to Westminster, well, I knew I was coming here to play defense because of Coach Cooper. That's all I wanted to do. And so when I came over, he's like, yeah, you're playing defense. Then he ends up leaving. And so he ended up getting another job
Right.
or whatever. But
Right.
I just stay with it.
Now, did you play defense at all in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was pretty good.
But
too.
you knew that's where you belong.
Yeah, they at my other school they put me on offense because of a shortage. We had guys get hurt, so we had to start in all conference center, go out with a knee injury. Then we had a guard that was ineligible that transferred from a Division I school. He was ineligible because of credit issue. So they was like, okay, and they didn't recruit a lot of linemen because they didn't think they needed a lot. They recruited a lot of D linemen. They was like, all right, we need to put some people on. And obviously they knew I can block. I mean, I was strong enough. I was the only freshman that came in body ready to play. So yeah, and they just threw me on offense.
Now, a lot of people ask me, where are you from? And I say, a lot of times, it depends on where I am, but I'll say Youngstown. But then, we're at in Youngstown, Poland. Would you consider that Youngstown?
No, it's not Youngstown. No.
What about Austintown?
No.
So if you're from Youngstown, you got to be from Youngstown.
East side, south side.
East side, Youngstown.
Yeah.
Now, my
West
father's
side,
from
north side.
East side. Did you know that?
Nah, I didn't know that.
He's the voice of the Titans, too. So he'll probably be listening to this.
Oh, man.
Him and you and me and Nick. Really,
Okay.
people are going to be listening to this. But,
Right.
but
Very
he's,
hot show.
He's from East. No, but I got you. I mean, it's kind of I always say it's like a suburb of Youngstown. It's within Youngstown. But no? It's stretching?
Yeah, it's a reach.
All right. We have rapid fire questions coming up shortly. I think Nick's reading them over him. He's got to memorize.
They're pretty good.
One question I got to ask: on your bio, you're a vegan?
Yeah.
How is that 100% accurate?
Yeah.
So no eggs, nothing related to animals. Like,
No. Whoa.
so explain that, because
All right, let me
I'm
explain.
yeah,
Let me explain that. So
yeah.
about 3 years, I stopped eating meat altogether.
3 years to go. Okay.
Yeah, 3 years
3 years
ago.
ago.
No
Meat, yeah.
meat, no like cheese, no eggs, no nothing. I go from 295 all the way to 235, and I was like, holy crap, man, I'm gonna be playing linebacker pretty soon. So just came up with a thing, just like, all right, I'll just eat eggs, maybe some cheese. So I was a vegetarian for a while, and then this season I went like vegan.
Straight vegan.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask. So you're top, if not the best defensive player on our team, on the line. You got to have your calories intake up, right? I mean, you gotta have that big frame
Yeah.
for people to block. But you're having success. So, like, what is the secret to have those caloric intake, if you will?
Is that a word? Caloric?
I think so.
Yeah, I think.
And like, I understand, because you see Joe Thomas, offensive tackle for the Browns. He's 300 pounds, first ballot Hall of Famer. Very next year he loses like 100 pounds. You wouldn't even know that he played offensive line. So you understand that after your playing career, you want to lose that weight, but
Yeah.
during, like, how does that work?
I mean, well, Joe Thomas had like explained. I actually read up on him. I was like, how does he? He said he would eat like 12 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a day, which is like he would just make a whole loaf of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and eat them throughout the day. But me, it's more when I eat, and I go hard. So like if we're going into Duff and they got beans and rice that day, I'm killing them. Or like if at night I'm at the crib, I'll put something in the rice cooker. I got a crock pot in my room, and I'll just, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's all about how I feel, because I know my weight. I know I'm strong, and I know my weight will be at, like, if I eat, my weight will be fine. The reason I lost all the weight to begin with, I was just drinking smoothies. So I just dropped like boom, boom, boom. But yeah, as long as I eat like just something,
Right.
I would say I'll be fine. It's not really like because I don't have to be like Joe Thomas had to be 315. I came in a season 280. After camp, 270, around 270, 275. Weight fluctuates about 5 pounds, so nothing like crazy. I don't have to be like 320 pounds to like have a contract job. You know what I mean?
Now, if you're driving by Steakhouse, Outback, whatever, Texas Longhorn, I mean, when you get a whiff of that good steak, I mean, are you saliving at the mouth? Are you kind of smiling, or are you just like, nah, I'm good? It's, self-control, keep on driving by.
I'm good. It's been 3 years, man. If I eat it now, I think I get real sick.
Do you think you'll ever have meat again?
I don't plan on it. I made some bets with people. I said, if you don't do this, you gotta eat some meat. But I was like, I'm good.
When did the coaches first hear about it, that you're vegan, or do they know? Is this breaking news?
Nah, they know.
Okay.
They know. One funny comment. I had made like probably maybe it was last year. I made a real good play, and Coach Benzo was basically like, "Holy smokes, I might have to try this vegan diet." Just like making a little joke. But they all, like, the players rag on me about it. If they see me with something like food, they be like, "I hope there ain't meat on your plate."
Right.
Keanu does it a lot. Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. It's funny.
I respect that. When I saw that, I'm like, he's just playing us,
You
putting
got
that on his bio. He's just trying to pull a fast one. But I respect that for sure. Let's see. So we'll talk about kind of your post-graduation plans, after this rapid fire, which I keep teasing about, but I want to make sure we give your rightful due. For the season, you are fourth in the PAC with a team high 6.5 sacks, and tied for seventh in the conference with 11 tackles for a loss. You're also tied for fourth out of all PAC linemen, averaging a team best 5.4 tackles per game, and they're all career highs, John. What do you attribute to your individual success this year?
Finally building up the confidence in myself, believing in myself. Number one thing I did over the summer was take a look over the season. It was like, all right, what was the playing timid, playing like, I don't know if I should do this now. I'm just letting loose and just, okay, I'm better than you and I'm going to whoop your butt. So it's just like having that confidence, building that confidence up through the summer and hard work. When I came in, I was in shape. still am in good shape, and I just knew I was better than everybody, so it showed through my play.
This is incredible to me, but you never earned a PAC award postseason, right? Like all conference.
No.
That's incredible to me.
It is.
I thought for sure when I looked up, I was like, oh, he's got at least honorable mention, second team, maybe first team. I know this year it's got to be a lock. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a crime if you don't get first team all PAC. But I think hopefully that continue. That provides more motivation to keep you going, because I know fifth year senior technically or no?
No,
Are you,
4.
you're 4?
Yeah.
Because you.
I got a my high school situation. I graduated from Youngstown State with an associate's degree.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came transferred in to Westminster with probably 90-some credits.
Gotcha.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So that's why you could have graduated last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, technically walked. Yeah.
Technically
yeah,
walked,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm done after the semester. So.
But I thought there was hopes that you might come back for one more year playing. Is that?
Yeah. We was I was trying to see.
Okay.
Was there a little technical difficulty with my, but nah.
It's official.
It's official.
Okay,
That's
so you
all
got to
that
go
shit.
out with the bang. So we could kind of wrap things up with post graduation plans, and also talk about finishing out the regular season here, and hopefully playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to do some rapid fire?
Yeah.
Nick, you ready?
I really want to.
The listeners are waiting for your voice. They haven't heard it in a while. Are you
thanks.
still waking up?
Yes.
Just because you don't have headphones?
30
Jeez.
minutes ago.
Okay. So John, how this works is we got about 20 questions here. Hopefully this will provide the listeners and ourselves a closer look into John Henry Fitzgerald III. And, that's one question. When I saw that you were a vegan, unofficially, until I confirmed it with you a few minutes ago, that's one question that hopefully I get to ask. I don't know, we take turns, but
Yeah, I'll let you ask it. You can ask it.
You know which one?
Yeah,
which one
I
it is. You saw. Okay,
yeah.
cool. All right, John, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Nick, your honor.
All right. Last song you downloaded.
It was actually an album.
What's the album?
It's an album by Nazi. He's a rapper from California, I actually believe, and it is called Gangland Landlord.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song on it?
Thug Mansion.
Thug Mansion.
Yeah.
All right. You like is it Bone Thugs and Harmony? Do you like that?
Yeah, kind of
Uh-huh.
fire. Yeah, that's my dad's song though.
All right. That's right. That's the word you use. I was thinking, when I was talking to John, so much for rapid fire, but when I was talking to John about the senior college, you're like, oh, you thought those were fire, huh? Is that the word you use?
Yeah, fire.
Fire,
Yeah,
okay. I'm trying to remember that word. Okay. What's something you could eat for a week straight?
Week straight, probably mangoes or watermelon.
Would you rather wake up to an air horn blowing in your ear every day, or wake up and have to run 4 miles every day?
Ooh.
Big question.
It all depends on what time the air horn is blowing.
I mean, let's just give it 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, because I'm not running 4 miles every day. It's not happening.
Is Jimmy Kimmel funny?
I don't even watch it, dude.
Polka dots or stripes?
Stripes.
Would you go to a movie alone?
No.
What's a country you'd be okay never visiting in your life?
Probably Russia.
If you were given the opportunity to fly into space, given today's technology, would you take it?
No.
Would you rather come face to face with a miniature hippopotamus or a giant cockroach, and both are in a bad mood?
Give me the miniature hippopotamus.
Who resembles a miniature hippopotamus the most in the PAC? Just kidding.
Oh, man.
When was the last time you stayed up past 4 in the morning?
I had to be 14. I feel old now, man. I always fall asleep
14.
around 11, 12.
You don't play like Fortnite or anything?
No Fortnite. Nah, no Fortnite.
Not a gamer?
Ah,
Or just
nah.
not
I
Fortnite?
just like sports games. So Madden, 2K. I'm not a Fortnite.
What about FIFA? Are you down with
No.
FIFA?
No, nah. I never even tried it.
Wow.
UFC though is fire.
FIFA's fire.
All right.
It's hot.
MLB the show. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
used to do that when I wanted to be a baseball player. Create my own.
When you fly in a plane, do you wear a neck pillow?
No.
I like this next one. How would you rate your karaoke skills on a scale 1 to Mariah Carey?
I mean, Mariah Carey's not the best singer.
Ooh.
Who's the best singer?
Best singer? Ooh, vocals? I mean, there's so many good people. I say Aretha Franklin, though. She had the best vocals I ever heard. Her or Whitney Houston.
One of them. Your
Um,
karaoke skills.
My karaoke skills. Say it's strong, like Beyonce.
Wow,
You know,
that's a
like,
Can we get a little something?
Nah, I can't get you nothing.
Just one line.
Nah, it's too early in the morning.
Beyonce.
You gotta warm them up.
Who's the best singer on the team? Follow up.
Best singer on the team. I don't even know anybody that sings.
Really?
Yeah, no.
It's just straight business.
Yeah, we just go in there and handle business.
Jeez.
All right, well, black beans or refried beans in your burrito?
Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a vegan, Nick. Come on, he's got to load up. Are tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable?
Definitely a fruit.
oh. All right. Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish?
Sour Patch.
Super Mario Brothers or Zelda?
Super Mario Brothers.
If
I like
Tupac,
this next one.
if Tupac appeared before you right now, what's the first thing you would ask him?
Ask him. Where you been?
What temperature? Oh, you guys have
Well,
to follow
do you think? I mean, there's a lot of people out there think that he's not dead.
I don't think he is.
Really?
Yeah.
up? Where do you think he's at?
I have no idea.
Do you think he's a vegan?
Hey, he might be. If
Could be.
he's smart, you live longer.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. All right. What temperature do you like your thermostat at?
I ain't got one. I know my dad likes it at freaking 85. But
85.
yeah, man. If he's cold, the whole house is like, okay, we're baking.
All right. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
If you speak every language, you can make a lot of money.
That's true.
But if you speak to animals too, you probably can make a lot of money. I'll probably take I'll probably speak to animals. That'd be dope.
Who would be the first? What
yeah.
animal would you first talk to?
I would love to talk to people, dogs. I just walk, hey man, what's going on in the house? Like dogs see everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
They know everything.
Yeah, everything.
You get some people in trouble with that.
yeah.
All right, last one. Best for last. Is it wrong for a vegan? This is a real question. I modified it and made it a tiny bit. Is it wrong for a vegan to eat animal crackers?
Ooh. I actually had somebody say something about me eating animal crackers. They just like making a little joke.
Yeah.
Well, they may be vegan. Nah, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's funny though.
All right. I appreciate it. John, great job. So, wrapping up here, the Titans close out the regular season at PAC longtime rival Geneva. Now, I've been here almost 8 years. I think your rival is W&J. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, most definitely.
That's like the modern
yeah,
rival,
Yeah.
which you handled business this year, so congrats with that.
Thank you.
Took care of the presidents. But at the same time, there's a long history of Geneva. We don't know with, ECAC bowl game, possibly NCAA playoffs. I mean, there's a lot of questions. But I know you guys just want to handle your game, handle what you can control,
Right.
and then see how everything else falls. But what are your expectations? Finishing out the year.
Just for us to keep building on what we started, basically. I think we showed a lot of like perseverance this season, and we bonded a lot. Like if people didn't watch the game against Carnegie Mellon, we started like on our 50 for like 7 straight drives. And like when I walked out there, probably the second to the last drive, I was like, I feel so good. Like we're playing, we're having fun, we're dominating, The defense really stuck together. We really don't argue. I mean, we might mess with each other a little bit, but it's like, okay, this is a family. This is what it's about. I wish we had that game 1. But I mean, you got to take your bumps and bruises to, build and mature as a group. So our plan is to go out there and, beat Geneva, and then whatever the future holds, it holds it. If not, though, this was like one of the best. This is better than my senior season, so I'll take it.
Lastly, you're a communication studies major, right? Or have you changed it recently?
Nah,
You're still
Yeah.
that? Okay. What are your plans after graduation?
I'll be back in Youngstown. Hopefully, I get some job offers. I'm actually trying to get out of the like state, maybe like go out and just like venture on my own and find my own. But my dad has a business, so I'm really not too pressed for like a job. You would say just work for my dad. Yeah.
You get the rest of your life to work and take a year off.
Yeah,
you
man.
know?
I might just chill for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
if-
go ahead.
If you need advice for someone that left the state to pursue a job, you know who to ask.
Yeah, I got
You
you.
know where Nick's from?
Arizona,
Yeah. How'd you know that?
as you told me.
All right, John. Maybe I'll see you in the Yo sometime. You know, I'm there.
Maybe.
I'm there. I live there.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Appreciate it, John. Have a good rest of the day. I know you got class in like 2 minutes here, so
Yeah.
you gonna make it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You mean you got slip?
Nah, I'm
Excuse
good.
slip, all right.
Nah, it's not high school.
Thanks,
All
John.
right, John. Appreciate it. Good
Yeah.
luck Saturday.
Thanks. See you.
Follow Titan Athletics on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And for all things Titan Athletics, including feature stories, schedules, video, and everything in between, go to athletics.westminster.edu. Thanks for listening to The Buzz with Nate LaRiccia and
Nick Macdonald.
How to Farm. If you like our show and want to hear The Buzz past shows, check out titanradio.com or on Westminster's official YouTube page. Or, Nick, there's a lot of options here. You can't miss it. No excuses.
Okay.
Under Inside Athletics, you go to athletics.westminster.edu. When's the last time you've been to our website, Nick?
Probably like 5 weeks ago.
Me too.
Yeah.
Under Inside Athletics, there's podcasts. All the archives are there. All of them. Every single one. There's 3 of them. Actually, there's 2 right now, and then there'll be 3 later today, hopefully. But make sure you don't miss the buzz. I mean, my favorite part so far. We're only 3 in, Nick. We're not veterans. We have no idea what we're doing. We're pretending we're kind of in the office, just kind of going back and forth, talking about what we do for a living. But also, and one of my favorite things is talking to the student athletes.
Mhm.
Getting to know them more.
Yeah, great interviews, obviously with John today, and then Zach Frida and Shanna Daniels. So
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, a lot of these, a lot of these student athletes you see kind of in the hallway. Obviously, you see competing and you write about them and you promote them the best way you can, and that's your job. But you never really know, and that off the court or off the field, kind of who they are and where they come from. So, and they always have positive things to say about Westminster, which is great. I mean, rightfully so. It's awesome. You're like, John talks about why he came from Division II Central State. Why he came to Westminster. So that's great to hear. But join us next week when we recap, the ECAC tournament, Nick, and the NCAA tournament. Let's not forget about that. Absolutely not. Volleyball ECAC, women's soccer ECAC, and men's soccer the NCAA tournament. See how far they advance, but at the same time, just getting there is a great accomplishment, and I'm sure one game at a time. But next week already, Nick, we'll be talking about b-ball, women's basketball, men's basketball. Women's basketball, they'll already have a game in next time you hear our wonderful voices. They play Monday.
there's no stopping Titan Athletics.
No stopping. This is crossover period. Sports information directors love that word.
Crossover, get it? Because basketball.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
No, I didn't intend it, but good call. And also, Buzz Riddle Classic will tip off on Friday. So, as always, we don't know who our guest is going to be, or do we?
Nah, probably not, but we know it's going to be someone really good.
See you next week. Thanks for listening.